We could have never imagined what happened next.
Some 5 years ago, Ilmidar was in the center of Simferopol at 6 a.m. The Crimean Tatar governing body, the Mejlis, has issued a call for a meeting of all members of the community outside the Crimean parliament.
It was really quiet, and no one was around, except for armoured personnel carriers on the outskirts of Alushta. On the road leading to Sudak, they were unmarked. Also, they were at the entry point to Simferopol.
More than 5,000 people gathered around the parliament. Crimean Tatar leader Akhtem Chigoz was also present at the demonstration.
The Euromaidan protest movement, which began in Kiev's Independence Square, began to reach Crimea. The Crimean Tatar community came out against the pro-Russian occupation movement. Men were walking from that side, carrying Russian flags. They were coming from the train station. They were also being brought by buses. We were coming from the side where the Lenin monument stands now, and the hotel.
The square quickly filled with people, Crimean Tatar activists on one side and pro-Russian supporters on the other. The parliament was planning to hold a session at 3 p.m. The MPs were going to vote for the dismissal of Anatoly Mogilyov's government. This would start the process of Russia's annexation. By noon, there were already more than 10,000 protesters.
I urge you not to respond to provocations. No one beat up anyone. Many people came unarmed, just to protest, to shout. But on the other side, I noticed knives and sticks. Our guys fought back in those individual clashes. We called them local.
The protesters were separated by the head of the Mejlis of the Crimean Tatar people, Rifat Chubarov, and Serhiy Aksionov, who headed the Russian Unity Party at the time.
Everyone was holding their people back. They prevented the butchery that could have happened there. There was a huge crowd.
In the session hall, Rifat Chubarov, the member of the Crimean parliament, asked for the lawmakers to cancel the meeting.
Let's postpone the session for a couple of days so that these people will leave. And tomorrow we will meet you, me, or if you want, I can give you another representative, Mikhailov. The session can't take place if we want these people to leave.
Outside, the tension was growing.
The stampede was terrible. I remember one moment. I'm standing, and here are the faces of Cossacks. They smelled like alcohol. They pushed us, and we were standing like this next to each other. Towards the end, there were aggressive actions provoked by the pro-Russian side. They took away our flag, hit an old man, and broke a flag.
Along with several dozen people, Ilmidar broke into the parliamentary building, but they couldn't approach the lawmakers.
Riot police were standing there. They were all armed with shields. We had nothing. There were barricades. So they had already prepared. Let's stay calm and walk outside. They're making a corridor for us. We have fulfilled our civic duty, as we have been doing it for all 25 years. When Russia, as people say now, in a hybrid manner, with the help of marginal organizations, tried to break in and violate the territorial integrity.
The extraordinary session was cancelled. Towards the evening, the square near the parliament was empty, but overnight, armed masked men took over the parliament. The active phase of occupation had started. The de facto Russian authorities in Crimea opened a number of criminal cases against members of the Crimean Tatar community leaders. Akhtem Chigoz was sentenced to 8 years in prison for organizing the rally. Reported by Imran Husseinov, UATV.